Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Sven Ibens for NSL Live Talk. And this time it is really a live talk. It is not like on Zoom or WhatsApp or whatever it is. We are live. I can touch him. I can talk to him directly. It's a real NSL Live Talk. And thank you very much, Sven, to take the time for that, because we are at a very busy pace here, obviously.
Yes, we are, but it's a pleasure, Kurt, to have you here, and no problem to take any time. It's always a pleasure, and it's been too long since we had a real live talk. Yes,
very true. I like them so much. Yeah, you and I don't even know. When we did our last real live talk, that it's probably a long time ago. So for anybody who does not know yet, probably everybody knows already after all the coverage that he had on NSL News, and Sven is one of the original Hayabusa members.
Correct. Although it's a while ago. I mean, it's been I don't even dare to say how long it's been, but it's been almost 20 years since I've left Hayabusa. So
yeah. And he has been with several other. I mean, you're still a very active in the sport.
Yes.
Except now you had to withdraw a little bit to do what you're doing here, which is, where are we actually? Okay, we are. You can explain that. What are we doing here?
We are here at the PIA seminar or exposition. We are in the exposition hall where all the manufacturers have a booth and present their products to the skydiving world. Outside of this hall, there's a lot of seminars going on, very interesting seminars, and we've seen a lot of visitors. It's the biggest event, skydiving related exposition event in the world. It happens every 2 years. We are here in Daytona Beach.
In Daytona Beach every 2 years?
No, not in Daytona Beach.
Everywhere.
We are now here
Right.
in Daytona Beach. I think the next edition will be in Seville, in Spain. So it does travel around the world a little bit. But super happy to be here, meeting a lot of people, having the ability to present our product, which is Vigil, obviously. Glad to be here.
And yeah, you're not here because you're an original Hayabusa member. We talk because you are an original Hayabusa member, but your function is here. You're not only, Vigil is your company, but you are the CEO. No, we've talked about this, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes,
so
we did.
We've covered all that. Let's just forget about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I don't like titles like CEOs and stuff like that, but we talked about it already.
Anyway, so we have Hayabusa now. They became a world champion once they got rid of you.
Was the best move they ever did.
Several times. But you didn't stop doing four-way, because you can, I think, in all honesty, we can say that the teams that you have been on after that were unofficially the world's best amateur team. That is now official title. The NSL has given it, to. But so you can tell us, what was the follow-up after Hayabusa, short break, and then you built up some other teams.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've been active in the sport for next year it will be 40 years. And then my first team was in 1989. So that's, it's more than 35 years that I've been in teams and competing. Still love doing it. I'm passionate about it, and that's why I do it for. But after Hayabusa, when I quit Hayabusa in 2006, I actually had a break of a year almost, and then Hayabusa asked me to help them out with their farm team. So I spent, I think I did 2 years of training with those guys until they recruited a new Hayabusa member. After that was So Wadong.
So let me fill that in quickly. So we that was in 2006. That was the year when Hayabusa decided they want to be world champions, went full-time military services, and you couldn't do that. So that's when they had Luke, coming in.
Yes,
right?
then
So
Luc Verstrepen, he replaced me.
Yeah.
Obviously, they did really great. Climbed their way up to the world class level that they are still at this moment. But I'm still a fanatic supporter of them. I'm still in daily contact with the guys. Yesterday, Dennis and I had a long conversation over the phone. I talked to Andy earlier this week, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm still.
Well, what did you talk about with Dennis?
I cannot tell you. No, we talk and we talk on a regular basis, and it's chit chat, and sometimes it's about the team that I am in and the team that he is in, and etc.
Okay.
etc.
Oh, but that's fine.
But we're friends as well. I'm basically. I mean, I consider the Hayabusa crew as friends. So
I thought we'd hear some secrets or so, but let's go back to 2000.
I'll leave that up to Dennis. If he wants to tell you a secret, I'll leave that up to Dennis. But I don't have any secrets to tell you. So yeah, I spent a couple of years with the Hayabusa beta team, as we called it at that time, and then they recruited a new member to replace Luc Verstrepen after that, and then we started with this weekend warrior team that was Thunder. There was a mix of two Belgians and two Dutch guys, all good friends of each other. We knew each other, but not very. I knew everybody, but the other members didn't know a lot about each other. And we started this journey in 2009, I believe.
There was Paul Hofsteen from the Netherlands.
Yes.
Wesley, right?
Wesley Claessens, Paul Hofsteen, Jacco van Eerden, and then Grim Swinnen on video. And we stayed together until 2016. So we had a great ride, and yes, we had great results. But foremost,
I remember only one team that would actually amateur team that would that was a Russian team.
Yes,
Sport Lotto.
Yeah, Sport Lotto.
Exactly. So that was also an amateur team, and they could keep up with you somehow on that.
Hey, they were in the beginning when we started. They were actually the team that always beat us. But towards the end, we started every now and then we started beating them. So and that's competition. I think you need fierce competition to become better as well. You see that with all the top teams as well. You see France, you see Hayabusa, you see Airspeed. I mean, the moment they are neck to neck, that's when they get better. That's when they improve. That's when they make steps ahead, and that's what they need to push limits. And we saw that with other teams, obviously in the lower regions, but at the same level as we did. We always loved competing with all these guys. And then in 2016 we disbanded.
You wanted a Belgian team, actually. Decided.
Yes. We wanted to start like an 8-way team, and a Belgian 8-way team, and we started this project with two relatively new and young skydivers, Glenn and Maya. Fantastic skydivers, great people, and we teamed up with Hayabusa for an 8-way project. And Hayabusa obviously couldn't 100% commit to that project, but they spent every spare time and every spare weekend and every spare day that they had training with us, and we did not do a lot of jumps in 8-way, and we did not do a lot of tunnel in 8-way. It was so much fun. But the four other members outside of Hayabusa, they said, well, if we're not training a lot in 8-way, why not combine it with 4-way as well? And that's when ISR Fireflash started, and that was basically the team that I was in until the end of last year.
So, and that was end of last year. So that we are basically in the present now.
Yes.
And so that is after you had decided you don't want to jump so much anymore. You don't want to commit full time and so forth. If I hear that, it has been very intensive still until last year. It's almost like other pro teams. On the level, you were kind of shortly behind the medal level.
Yes.
In the world.
Yes. That is correct. Now, to be honest with you, I did not want to jump less. I did not want to do less. But I quit Hayabusa at that point because I knew there was so much potential in that team, and I knew that if we wanted to grow to the next level, we needed to become a professional team. Now, I was at an age at that time, I was 36 at that time. I had a family, I had a good job, having fun with the job as well. And I told the guys a year before, so I told the guys in 2005, hey, this team needs to go further. And to be honest with you guys, I cannot do it. I doubt if I would have made it to the world class level that they are right now, or that they became. And I told them, you need to go professional. I cannot do it, and that's when they entered into the Belgian army, the Belgian military.
So what do you see now? We got to be a little bit careful here now, because now in your job you cannot be too fanatic about Hayabusa in Belgium. You know, you're serving the whole world, so if you are
we can absolutely separate that, Kurt, and our colleagues from our competitor colleagues. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad about them, and I know that they support Hayabusa, but me as a private person, and all the colleagues here at Vigil, they know that I'm rooting for Hayabusa. So there's no secret about that.
So what do you see now? Where do you see them right now? I mean, they've already won World Championship titles 4 times, right?
4 times, yes.
And now they are kind of, you know, you talk to Dennis, you talk to everybody there on a regular basis. So what do you see? Will they be world champions again at some point?
Yes, I'm pretty convinced about it.
That yes came like...
Yeah. I mean, I really do believe in that, and I think the team themselves, they believe in it as well. They have a very clear plan of when they need to be, or they want to be where in the rankings and at what level. But if I see right now what they have done with recruiting a new member, which was basically Ray is not that experienced. I mean, he's gaining experience by the day right now, and he's shooting up in the sky amazingly. But if I see what they in that short period of time what they have accomplished with him and with the entire team, basically, I'm super amazed, and I'm very confident that they will be competitive for. First of all, medals, but also for the gold medal in a relatively short period of time.
So now we're getting closer to, in fact, it's next month we will have the Indoor World Championship. They already finished in second place at the Wind Games.
Yes.
You know, after the jump off or extra round with the golden
with tunnel vision. Oh, with tunnel vision, right?
Tunnel vision. Yeah. Tunnel vision. You're right. So what do you see coming? How far can they go already now with this? You know, in this phase of their development at the World Championship.
I think they will. I mean, I don't think they will be able to challenge the French team as of yet. I think we all know that the French
Nobody
team.
Can,
I think we all know that the French team right now is the best team in the world. And then Airspeed is rebuilding. Hayabusa is rebuilding.
Qatar is rebuilding.
Yes, Qatar is rebuilding. So I'm confident that they will be able to secure that second place, that silver medal.
Ah, okay.
I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And I think
the yes opponent, Tunnel Vision, is not going to be there. You know, the Golden Knights will not be there.
No,
it's going to be
Airspeed. It's going to be Airspeed with Nicholas, as far as I heard, which is going to be a very competitive team, obviously, as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the new member then.
Absolutely. I mean, it's 3 super experienced, fantastic flyers.
3 world champions.
The
reigning world champions.
Current world champions. So they will be super competitive. But I'm pretty confident. I know that Hayabusa put in the hours, put in the jumps. So I'm pretty confident that they will be very competitive for that silver medal.
So it's between Ray and Doug Hendricks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
But Ray's point, Doug is tail.
Yes. Imagine the pressure that these guys feel.
I wish I were in that situation. Yeah. Isn't that the best you can get?
That's what I always say to people that come new in a team, even teams that I coach, and then you have newbies in the team. And I'm always like, hey, you're in a privileged position right now because you have 3 experienced skydivers around you. They know what to do. You only have to take care of yourself. You don't have to even watch the others. So try to follow. Yeah. And you will learn fast. And you see that with Ray. Ray is, I mean, the way he has learned, or the pace at which he is learning right now, super impressive. Mm-hmm. And he has a world championship mindset. He's a world champion mindset. He is a world champion.
He is a world champion. Yes. Jiu-Jitsu, right?
Yeah. So he knows what it takes to get to top level in the world.
You have a skydiving family.
Yes.
You know, your wife, Annelies,
Yeah.
and your son, Seen.
Yes.
Seen.
Yeah.
They are both jumping already. Not tunnelers only. You know, you've been with Annelies in 8. She's been doing this for a long time.
She's been. I don't know. When did I think she started skydiving in 2001 or 2, I believe. And yeah, she's been doing it for a long time. She's been in the national Dutch team, both in 4-way and in 8-way. So she has a lot of experience. She doesn't skydive as much anymore as she used to do, but she's still a very good flyer, and she really likes doing also teams and competitive jumping. But again, she's a fantastic flyer as well. And then yes, our son Seen
is 18.
He became 18 last November, and he's skydiving as well. It's his passion.
He's Hayabusa material probably for the.
Well, we don't know. That at least is his dream.
Is it?
He dreams about it.
He wants to be a world champion.
He wants to be a world champion, and not only a world champion, but he wants to be a world champion with Hayabusa.
Well, then you don't have. Yeah, I just want to say you don't have to go to the US any longer.
No.
You can go to Belgium, go to France.
But hold on, we're still far away from that. He's unexperienced. He needs to learn. He wants to learn, and he's passionate about it. And first of all, the question is whether or not he is Hayabusa material, and then the second question is if he is, when he will stepping in, maybe if not. So there's a lot of if, ands, and buts. But I encourage him dreaming. I encourage him to have like a big dream, and you have to dream big, and eventually something will come out.
There's a young generation coming in 4-way formation skydiving competition.
Yes.
You cannot even argue that any longer. It's obvious. The Czech 4-way team, one of the best 4-way teams already, in indoor at least. They are all outdoors now as well. And so they are all just beyond teenagerism.
Yes.
So then there's a French team, very young.
Yeah.
There is Hayabusa with Ray.
Yeah.
There's Tim Mack,
yeah.
Tom Mack's son now in the German team. So that is happening, that's realistic.
The effects of tunnel.
Yeah.
I've always considered one of the disadvantages of our sport is that you can only start skydiving in most countries at age of 16 or even 18. If you start a sport that late, if you start playing tennis at 18 or 16, you're too late.
Yeah.
You cannot achieve anything anymore. So now with tunnels, kids can start flying at the age of 4, 5, 6 years of age, and then start building up experience, starting the feel of it, and then once they start skydiving, they're way ahead of when we started skydiving at the age of 16 or 18.
The Indoor World Championship is coming up next, but Hayabusa has already been transitioning into outdoor training quite a bit, which is probably a smart thing to do. I guess ESPEED is doing the same thing. They are probably training outdoors with Numan Allison, who cannot be indoors, and so they are a little bit ahead, maybe for outdoor training and competition.
Well, I cannot speak for Hayabusa, but I think I know that their goal is the outdoor World Championship title.
Next year.
Well, no, maybe next year, maybe in 3 years. I don't know.
Next.
But the ultimate goal is to win the Otley Sword again, and that means outdoor skydiving. So I think that's their main focus. And yes, of course, they tunnel a lot. They do a lot of tunnel, and they will compete in tunnels. But I think the ultimate dream goal is again the Otley Sword.
So what is Sven Ibens' ultimate dream goal now? You're not done. You're doing your job, but you are still very active.
You mean in skydiving or
what are you
in life?
In skydiving. Okay. In skydiving. Life we talk over beer later.
Okay, that's cool. In skydiving, well, my dream goal or my goal right now is to keep enjoying skydiving. I've stepped away from the highly competitive skydiving scene recently. For reasons that I consider good reasons, and but I want to keep enjoying myself, and I'm trying. We are trying to set up like a sort of an 8-way team with good people, with nice people, people that we enjoy being around with, and just to have fun.
Names? Watch out! Yeah, Belgium brings up an 8-way team again. Careful.
It will not be a fully Belgian team, but I mean there are some familiar names in there. We haven't finalized our planning yet. Once we have a plan, and once we have everybody committed to the plan, I can release names. But now, I want to do something. First of all, I can release those names. I want to do something with my wife and my son. So we will most likely will be in a team this year.
Adorable. So that is so cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And that's my goal right now, is to enjoy time with the family and make sure that we all survive as well.
And you have a lot to share, you know. You have a wealth of experiences that it is so much. Probably you could write books.
You know what? If we start into this project, I don't want to be like the coach dictating everything. I would like it to be a group thing. And yes, I mean there will be experienced people in it. There will be a little bit less experienced people in it. But I consider everybody equal in a team. And yes, somebody needs to at some time needs to take the lead. And for me, it does not have to be always the same person. I mean,
it is interesting, you know, that you say that, because Sven Ibens is really not so much known as a coach or whatever. You're known as a mentor. You are people. Yeah, I mean that's what I hear. You know, you may not hear it, but I hear it. So that people look up to you in a different way. You know, I see a mentor even on a higher level than coaches. Coaches do their job. You know, sometimes technical work, sometimes beyond that, more like mentor, coach, and
well, the fact that you're saying that, Kurt, I mean that really. Is an honor for me, and it humbles me also.
You have earned it, you deserve it.
Thank you.
Good luck with all that in the future.
Thank you very much, Kurt.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.